What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 of my NHL 23 Montreal Canadiens Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting these videos. If you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Now, as you guys can see, they were 3-1-2 in the preseason. Suzuki's killing it, 10 points in 6 games. Before I show you the lines, though, we're actually going to start out here making a trade. I asked you guys last episode, should we scratch Gallagher, send him down to the AHL, send Crystal down to the AHL? And honestly, it seemed like everyone was kind of torn. So I was able to actually find a third option, which I think is probably the best one, and that's going to be to trade Nichushkin. So he's already 33 years old, 85 overall, making $6 million for the next couple seasons. I feel like we could definitely use his salary next summer. We have to re-sign some guys. I feel like he might drop off, although last year, he did a solid season there with 43 points, 82 games with limited minutes. Has some value. If we can get like a first-round pick for him, I think it's definitely worth it. Alright guys, so actually rather than trying to trade for a first round pick, I want to get back this Dumba prospect from Nashville. Immediately potential there, 18 years old, 63 overall. First name Cole. Also taking back Franz in here just as a roster spot. Again, Nichushkin and a third to make this happen, but I think it's definitely worth it if they say yes. Trade's rejected. Value's too far off. We could try a second. I'd probably prefer to do next year just because we actually have our first rounder then. And they say yes. Okay, so I think that's a great trade for us. Also, too, guys, I haven't showed you recently how many elite players we have on this team. I mean, for some reason, Caulfield's got top 6 potentials in 89, but ignore that. Look at the value. Again, just so many elite players. Really too much. Stamkos and Kane there have low potential, but literally as much value as elite players. Like, pretty crazy. And so next year, guys, I will show you the lines. The reason we could trade Nichushkin is with Crystal on the third line, we actually still get a +5. So he's playing with Stammer and McKenna there. The veteran gets to play with the 2 young guys. Both have a chance at the Calder Trophy. Now jumping back up to the top 6, you can see no changes. Larkin, Suzuki, Caulfield's the first line. Kane, Dvorsky, Benson is the second. And then fourth line here, you got Deneau, Bergeron, Gallagher. So like that forward group looks really solid. Defensively here, Sanderson, Allen on the top pair. Drysdale, Slavin, second pair. Goulet, Mintyukov on the bottom pair. I noticed too, Drysdale on an expiring deal, so I feel like, Nichushkin's money could go towards him. In terms of the power play here, like that first unit, are you kidding me? Kane's an 82, but his shot there, I mean, come on, 93 shot accuracy, sick hands. Power play 2 here is actually all forwards. I got McKenna getting more ice time, same with Crystal. I'm hoping, these guys do well. 4-man power play 1 there, looks solid, just literally our best players. 4-man power play 2 isn't bad either. In terms of the PK, +5 on the first and the second unit, which I think is really solid. Hopefully never have to use the third one. If we do, it's -3, but, Suzuki's out there. We got some good players. 3-man PK 1 there. The second one as well gets a +5, and then there's the third. So again, awesome chemistry. Goaltending-wise, Swaim is our starter. Eves backing him up. In the AHL here, we got Reimer starting. 77 overall, high elite. And then Ratzlaff backing him up, also at 77. In terms of the forward group, Grattan there with Zykov, Lekermacki, first line, sick. We got Johnston, Lapierre, and Houston on the second. Yip, Zary, Lutz on the third, and then Malatesta, Leheroux, and Ostapchuk on the fourth. Defensively here, Kivaharju, Marsh the top pair. Leno, Bergfork second, Svazza, Loof on the bottom. So again, guys, I feel like both of these teams look so sick. Too, I should show you guys the reason we kept Gallagher even though he's a 79. In terms of the games played record, he's only 130 back, so that's like a season and a half left to pass Henry Richard. How crazy would that be? Also, too, if he does play like the entire franchise, including the 10th and final episode, he'll actually tie Gene Beliveau for the most seasons in Montreal Canadiens history, which I think is kind of crazy. Hopefully it says his name right, too, so people are complaining about it. This is how it says it on Google. Again, I mean, obviously this guy played well before my time, probably most of you guys watching's time. Now, in terms of the season records, we have not set any yet, which is kind of crazy because goalies there. Yeah, Carey Price, 44 wins, 2013. I'm pretty sure Swayman actually beat that. And yeah, guys, look at last year, Swayman had 47 wins. I'm pretty sure that was an issue in NHL 22 as well. Sometimes your goalie would break the win record and it just wouldn't count. Also, too, guys, before we show the ratings, the Buffalo Sabres won their 2nd Stanley Cup in 3 seasons, which is pretty crazy. I'm hoping, we can have some of that luck here in the last 4 episodes. So I'll show you guys, like I was saying, the ratings. Again, you've seen our team. We're a good team. We should be a playoff lock, and at that point, just got to get lucky in terms of winning a Stanley Cup. We've got 96 offense, 98 defense, and 90 goaltending. So hopefully that's enough. Also, too, guys, I was just looking at our contracts, and we definitely need to win this year. Sanderson's going to go from making 6.5 to 13, literally double. We do have $5 million in salary cap space, so could potentially sign him for that. But then Drysdale here also wants a $4 million raise, and Caden Goulet here wants a $3 million raise. So honestly, when they're asking for that much more, I think it's just worth it to risk it, and especially since you don't really know how it's going to shake out, who will play well and stuff. All right, guys, look at this. We're at the Christmas break right now with a record of 19, 12, and 3, so we're not playing terribly, yet we're actually out of the playoffs. Tied with the Lightning there in points. They got 2 less games played. AHL team is crushing it, 21, 6, and 1. I don't even see them, 43 points, first in the AHL. So AHL team, you love seeing that. Zykov actually over a point per game. NHL, Kane's also over a point per game. So, I mean, we're right there. You compare that to the Metro, we'd be locked in a playoff spot, tied with the Flyers. The Atlantic Division is just super stacked, apparently. All right, guys, that's kind of nuts. We're currently 36, 20, and 4 at the deadline, and yet we're still fighting for our lives here for a playoff spot. We're 3rd place there in the Atlantic, but Panthers tied in points. We do have 4 games in hand, which is awesome. Lightning there, 1 back. Maple Leafs are 2 back. Like, are you kidding me? And then you got the Metro there with 2 60s in a playoff spot. The way I'm looking at it right now, you can see one really good team is going to miss in the Atlantic. We just got to hope it's not us. AHL-wise, Laval there, 39 wins, 80 points on the season so far. Has them first in the league. Taking a look here, Zykov still over a point per game. Kane now at 66 and 60, so also over a point per game. We'll get to the deadline. Obviously, we're a buyer. For us, though, like, the trade has to make a lot of sense. I feel like with the chemistry, we really don't want to mess it up. Zegras there on the trade block. Jeez. Adam Fox as well. Johnny Gaudreau. That's some big-name players. Isaac Luncheon up to an 88. Nolan Patrick. Brady Tkachuk. Jeez. Samuel Girard. Jack Roslovich. Jacob Chikrin. And Drake Batherson. So, some pretty big names there. I'm not really sure if we could... You know what? We could honestly make an Adam Fox trade happen. It would have to be Drysdale plus, because we do have that $5 million in cap space. And then, who knows, maybe we could keep him after this year. The cost is a lot, but we know we have a ton of depth in the AHL, so it actually might make sense. All right, guys, so here's the offer making the New York Rangers for Adam Fox. Jamie Drysdale, 88 overall, medium elite. Again, 26, so this last year to grow. 1 year left, we don't want to raise. Lekermacki, 24 years old, still only an 81, so he wasn't quite a bust, but obviously wasn't like the star we expected him to be. And because we have such a stacked NHL team, never made the jump. He is on a really good contract for the next 4 years, which I think increases his value at 1.1. And then Sandlak here, medium elite goalie. We already have a higher rated one, plus a high elite who's also higher rated. And then Fox here, 92 overall. I mean, he's an absolute beast. Offensive defenseman, but still really good defensive stats. Some nice X factors there. The value's pretty equal. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. I feel like that was a pretty good package, but if they want a little bit more, that's okay. Alright, guys, so I'm just going to try throwing on like a first-round pick next year. New York would now be over more than 50 players in the organization. I feel like they must have made a trade while I was trying to make this trade. That's the only way that makes sense. I'll just take back Sunkfist there for the roster spot. I mean, this is obviously a ton to give up, but we're getting back one of the best defensemen in the league, so I think it's worth it. Trade still rejected. That's crazy. Alright, guys, so I'm actually thinking about throwing Joey Gratton onto this trade simply because he's still only 76 at 22 years old. So, like, he's got 4 years left to grow. 2 overall a year. He gets to an 84. And I don't even know. He's got 36 points in 53 AHL games. He's not really becoming the player I thought he would. This seems like so much to give up. We have to take back another rostered player from them. Somebody who they don't want. Othman, for some reason, they don't want. Just take him back to help with the AHL team for this season. Kadri just got offered to us. I'm going to say no to that because I think our forward group is fine. So like I was saying, guys, here's the offer. Drysdale's still like a very good defenseman. Rolls top 4, but as an 88, that's easily a top pairing D-man. Sandlak, medium elite. Gratton, medium elite. Lekermacki, medium elite. I mean, come on. What more could they want if they have Fox on the block? Let's see what they say. Trade is accepted. Okay, so like I said, huge trade for us. Gave up a ton of stuff, but I'm tired of getting bounced, you know, first, second round. I'm trying to make a run here at the Stanley Cup. As well, too, we can always re-sign Fox. It's going to be expensive. If we re-sign him and Sanderson, we probably lose Gouli. But we do have Kivaharju coming up, so that is, like, you know, the one saving grace. Also, too, we could even trade Mintikov and keep Gouli. Alright, guys, so the trade deadline is now complete. We just made that one blockbuster trade for Adam Fox, which we're obviously very happy about. Shane Bowers there goes to the Devils. Let's see. Norlander to the Penguins. TacTixHD to the Golden Knights. Hoglander to the Ducks. I think I saw Hoglander got sent down to the minors, which is crazy. This is real life, of course. Roslovich to the Blackhawks. Noah Hannafin also the Blackhawks. Our big trade for Fox. Anthony Mantha there goes to the Minnesota Wild. Alexander Romanov to the Nashville Predators. Fairbury to the Blackhawks as well. Isaac Lundstrom to the Kings. And Samuel Girard to the Ducks. Okay, that's a pretty big trade. both are like 86s. Condre Miller to the Wild, Josh Norris to the Vegas Golden Knights, Kalia to the Leafs, Zadina to the Penguins, Weegar there with Matt Murray, and Brady Shea to the Edmonton Oilers. Those are three like pretty big names. Flames get back, you know, two guys I've really never heard of, Dominguez and Squires, so probably just prospects. And yeah, like I said, lunchtime for Gerard, that was a big one. Tobias Bjornfoot on waivers. Let's see, 27, only an 80. What was he making? 1.9, yeah, definitely gonna decline. All right, guys, so after the trade for Adam Fox, here's an updated look at the lines. Obviously, forward group's the same, still getting great chemistry there. Defensively, Sanderson, Fox, top pair, get a +5. We've now got Allen and Mintyukov, second pair. Gooley, Slavin, bottom pair. Slavin's down to an 84, so I'm actually thinking he's the guy I'll trade away. 6.5 million for 1 more year. Call up Kiva Harju, hopefully can re-sign everybody else. In terms of the power play, Fox is on the first unit there. I think he's also on the first 4-man. He's also playing, I think, the first PK for us, as well as the first 3-man PK. So Fox is out there literally about as much as a defenseman can be. Hopefully, like, you know, he plays well for us. AHL-wise, you know, we lost some guys, but looking at the team here, like, this still is a very good team. We got an 80s area on the third line, for instance. High 70s on the fourth line. Like, no reason the AHL team shouldn't still be competitive. And we're now for the season here, guys. Record of 46, 28, and 8. 100 points right on. Good for third there in the division. We're actually playing the Sabres first round, so we get Connor Bedard first round. How awesome is that? We didn't play too great here in like the last couple weeks. We went 3, 4, and 2. Before that, though, we had a solid March. In terms of the AHL team, 106 points there, first in their division, as well as first in the AHL. So take a look and see how everyone did here. Zykov, 75 and 71. Kane there, 88 and 82. So good to see, you know, both leading scorers have over a point per game. I think Zykov definitely gets called up to the NHL next year. 21, 81, medium elite. Still 1 year left on his entry level. Zeri there, 56, a pretty big drop-off. Malatesta, Houston, Lapierre, Johnson, 46. Kiva Hardy, 42. Not bad. Yip here, 39. I also think he could be like a fourth-line grinder. I really do see at least Bergeron retiring, and maybe, you know, one of Kane or Stamkos, potentially both those guys. So we're going to need some of these young guys to get called up. Reimer here, first season of the starter, I believe. .909 and 2.22. Not too bad. NHL here, Swayman, .89 and a 3.3. How does a 90 overall put up those numbers? Eves here, 81 overall, put up a lot better numbers. Again, don't understand goalies in this game. So after Kane here, you got Dvorsky, 78 points, almost a point per game. Randomly huge year for him. Larkin, Benson, both 71. Benson also put up a lot more, so I think, you know, getting these guys more ice time, playing second line with a really good player in Kane, plus the power play minutes, helped them out. Caulfield, 70 as well, so 5 guys, 70 plus. Fox there, 66. On our team, he had almost a point per game, 18 and 22, so awesome to see. Suzuki, 65. Stammer still at 57 points at 39 years old. Crystal, 47. He's a rookie. That could be Calder-worthy. It's probably going to be close. McKenna there, 37. Looking at everyone else here. Gallagher still had 24 points, so cannot complain. And look at the entire league here. Sale had 111. Are you kidding me? I think we could have maybe drafted him, or no. I think he potentially went before Dvorsky, Benson, and Jaeger, but 91 overall. Really good shot for a playmaker. Jeez, 111 points with the Islanders. McDavid, 107 at second. Schroeder, Rantanen, Shane Wright, 103 up to a 90. Barzell, Scheifele, Malkin, McKinnon. And I just realized, guys, Malkin put up 101 points at 42 years old. That's just incredible. Looking at goals here, Schroeder, 59. Okay, I don't see Bedard, which is good because we're about to play him. Defensively, Quinn Hughes, 97. Wow, Fox there, 5th in scoring, which is pretty cool. Matachuk there is 7th in scoring. He's only an 86 for the Blue Jackets there. Goalies, so Nedeljkovic there, most wins with 43. Save percentage for a starter, also Nedeljkovic, so he's probably winning the Vezina here. And then goals against, yeah, Nedeljkovic there, I think, winning the Vezina, which I believe he won last year, so he's going to go back-to-back. And Conboy here on the Senators, 1986. Wow. 3rd overall pick, 2027. Look at those playmaking stats, 74 points. Crystal, though, still not too bad. And I'm looking for McKenna here, guys, and he's not showing up, as I'm pretty sure he had like 30-something points. Yeah, so look at this, guys. Crystal is considered our only rookie skater, which makes no sense. I'm not sure how McKenna isn't. The dude's 21, never played a year in the NHL before. That's a weird one. And now look at the entire NHL here, guys. The Seattle Kraken finished first place, 112 points. A lot of teams there with 100 plus, because we had, yeah, wow, 11 of the teams in the NHL, so basically a third, 100 plus points. That's crazy. Actually, that's technically just over a third. The Sharks there finished last in the league. Goals for, we actually had the most. That's pretty impressive. Goals against, Colorado Avalanche there had the best. Okay, we didn't have the worst either, so must have been somewhere in the middle. I'll take that, I guess. So, hopefully, This is finally our year, guys. We can actually make a run at the Stanley Cup. Again, definitely a tough challenge here, round one, having to go up against Connor Bedard and the Buffalo Sabres. So we'll take a look and see who else is on that team. Durant's still there, of course. Tage Thompson. Hopefully we can get better this team this year. Cousins there. They still got that brain on the second line. Rosen, Peterka, Kirk. I actually don't see Krebs. They lost Krebs. Defensively, Darlene, D'Angelo, Power. I think they actually made a lost a guy. 76 Pearson's on the bottom pair. Speaking of Peterson, they got Peterson and net as well. So on paper, like, we do have the better team. They have the best player in Bedard, but I mean, Fox is only 2 overall lower. Like, we've got an outstanding team as well. We'll see what happens here, guys. First 2 games are in Buffalo. AHL playoffs starting as well. We get a 5-4 OT win and a 5-2 win. Let's go. Head home. And we get a 6-2 loss because apparently we play better away, but we actually do get a win there at home. We have to win one of these next 3, up 3-1 on the Buffalo Sabres. Let's go. We get our revenge. Beat them in 5. Love seeing that. Second round, who's it going to be? The Toronto Maple Leafs. A classic rivalry matchup. Caulfield's got 9 and 5. Oh my god. He's almost averaging 2 points a game right now in the playoffs. I love it. Maple Leafs here. Farabee, Matthews, Nylander first line. Toffoli, Carlson, Gurianov, Kaliev, Monahan, Schwartz, Sprong, Robertson, Marchment. Marchment's back on the team. Riley, Hronek, Pellich, Sandin, Siegenthaler, Whitecloud. Goalies, they got Allenfelt and Cranley. Okay, so Allenfelt, of course, is on our team for a bit. This is another team. They have the best player between the two of us in Matthews, but I still like our chances. First 2 games in Toronto. We pick up 1 win in OT and a loss. I will take it. Head home now to Montreal. A loss and a win. Okay, it's a close series. 2-2 tie. Head to Toronto. We get a 5-4 OT win. Let's go. Have to win one of these next 2. We're head home. 5-4 OT loss. Wow. Comes down to Game 7, Round 2. Can the boys get it done? Here we go. First period. We're up 1. Patrick Kane. Are you kidding me? Second period. Gurianov, Carlson, Robertson. We need a miracle here in third period, guys. Oh, we get the goals. Unfortunately, the Leafs also score. Lose 5-3 there, Game 7. We're getting so unlucky. Are you kidding me, guys? AHL team wins the league and they lose in 5 first round of Belleville? Come on. Now look at this, guys. Again, we lose to the eventual Stanley Cup winner there in the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Grand Rapids Griffins won the Calder Cup. Oh, man. I can't believe this. Columbus picking first overall. I feel like we got 3 years left. You got to think we get lucky in at least one of them. Suzuki there, over a point per game in the playoffs. Only 2 goals, but I mean, still. Dude was, obviously helping us out with the assists. Kane there was about a point per game. Him, Caulfield, Crystal, Larkin, Fox all had 11 points. Like, those guys were all doing their part. Crystal is especially surprising. 85 now. Dude looking like a bit of a beast, to be honest. Stammer at 10. Dvorsky, Benson, 8 isn't bad. McKenna, 7 even isn't terrible. Yeah, like, really can't complain with how the guys played. I can't complain about Swayman's numbers. What the heck? 8.82 and a 3.56? He's down to an 88 now. Why do the elite goalies put up trash numbers randomly? Like, I guess, all goalies do have bad seasons. It's just, I don't know. Tough to see that. Like, that's really, really bad. So the Maple Leafs there beat the Lightning in 5, us in 7, Bruins in 7, and then the Golden Knights there in 7. So again, I feel like if we beat the Maple Leafs, probably go on and win the Stanley Cup. Kraken, of course, got the Presidents. Individual awards here, Sale, Art Ross, and the Hart. Quinn Hughes, James Norris with the Kraken. Scheifele, Lady Bing, Convoy, Calder, Matthews, Conn Smythe. Nilovic there did win back-to-back Vezinas. He also got to William Jennings this year. Jet Wu there, Bill Masterton with the Capitals. Vegas coach Jack Adams. Barkov, his 3rd straight Selke, 4th Selke in 5 years. Sale, Ted Lindsay, and then Schroeder there, Maurice Richard. Now looking at the AHL awards, guys, of course. Griffins won the Calder. We won the regular season, so we got something there. That also means we won our conference division in the regular season. Philstrom there, most points, as well as MVP. Hallweg, most goals. Dahl, best rookie. Seidenberg, best defenseman. Havlat, best goalie. Douglas there, MVP. Pretty cool. Former Spit. Philstrom there, sportsmanship. Schultz, community involvement. And then Reimer, actually, our goalie, lowest goals again. So hopefully Reimer will have a jump in rating. If our immediately backup goalie in NHL goes up in rating, could even trade Swayman. All right, is it time for Bergeron to call it quits? Okay. Everyone called it quits. Wow. Patrick Kane there retires. 1,739 points. Malkin also retires. Stayed with Pittsburgh his entire career. I mean, you got to respect that one. Even Crosby left. Stammer retires there. Giroux. Phil Kessel, Patrice Bergeron. So we lose all 3 veterans, which kind of sucks looking back now. Like, it would have been really awesome if all 3 of these guys could have ended their career with a Stanley Cup. Luckily, all 3 of them have won a cup in their careers already. Scheifele there as well, Matt Duchene, Ryan O'Reilly, Gabe Landeskog, geez, Victor Hedman, Chris Letang, Couture, Nugent Hopkins, Kane. Look at all these big names retiring. Gallagher retires as well, so he will not be setting the games played record. He literally just had to play half a more season. Maybe he just didn't want to take Henry Richard's record. I don't know. Klingberg, Russ, Zucker, like, geez, so many names there. Goaltending-wise, Leonard there retires. Same with Kemper, Campbell, Bernier, Subban. So 4 spots opened up on forward. Kane, Stamkos, Bergeron, Gallagher. Luckily, we got some good players in the AHL. Plus, we'll have some money now to sign guys. Could also sign Phil Kessel there as a head coach. Would be pretty funny. And here we go, guys. We're at the draft. We do have our first round pick still, I believe. Do not have a second, though. So you got 5 medium elites at the top, it looks like. I doubt that one guy, Jackman's a medium bottom 6. Gem-wise, really nothing great. Like, this guy could be medium elite at 33. I doubt it. We'll sort by potential here. So, oh yeah, really nothing too great. Actually, sorry guys, I made a mistake. We have our second round pick. We don't have our first round pick. So, really, outside the end of the first round, I didn't see anyone available that was that great. Allen there's now at 90, McKenna there 83, so we went up by 1. Benson 86, Dvorsky's also 86. Again, we gotta make some moves. Do we trade Swayman? We got Eves and Reimer coming up. Could just try rocking, 2 young goalies with potential. Save us some money. Now the Ducks here want Swayman. I'm wondering if we can get their 10th overall pick for him. Trades rejected. Luckily, they also have our pick, so maybe we actually get our first round pick back. And there we go. Okay, so essentially, with that move, we get Mintikov for free, because I'm pretty sure that is who we traded for that first-round pick. Again, I think, we're taking a risk here with the young goalies, but they're both got good potential. Now, at 20 here, I think we're going to take one of the gems. A bit of a reach, but it's whatever. So, who do we want to go here? McClellan, Joe Thornton, NHL ready. Oh, wow. Thompson, Sean Couture, also NHL ready. Jeez, could we potentially trade back? Alright guys, I'm going to see if the Lightning will give us a 3rd round pick to move up 6 spots. They say no. Come on, give us... Maybe give us the 90th 3rd round pick? There we go, okay. So, now after that, I'm actually going to go to the Maple Leafs, try and get their 32nd pick here. And I'll offer up 54 and 94. Would they do this? No. Actually, I don't know why 90 there doesn't have more value. It's 4 picks higher. They still say no. 2nd, 3rd. Honestly, I'll do a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to get one of those gems. And they say yes. Okay, so we're picking 26 and 32 now. We should be able to get both gems. The 32 is like the only one that's going to be risky. So we'll go down. I guess we'll take McClellan first. Potential scouting. Yeah, they do have him higher, 33. So Ty McClellan, 78 medium top 6. That is so good for a late first round pick. Couple X factors there too. Wow. Yeah, so he's NHL ready. Literally could have him, if we wanted this season. Okay, again, a trade for nobody. Never understood those. And right here, next pick is Zach Thompson, guaranteed medium top 6. We'll have to go back here and see his rating. Please be good. And 78 overall, medium top 6 as well. Quick pick there, 2-way forward. That's awesome. And look at the first round here, guys. You can see Jacobson, 82 medium elite, went first overall. LA messed up. Kessel, 82 medium elite, 3rd. They got a 79, 79 4. 81 medium elite, 6th, the Red Wings. The Rangers there also messed up their pick. And next year, guys, are trying to send Jacob Slavin home here to the Carolina Hurricanes for a first-round pick. They want him. The value's pretty equal. He's down to 83 now. As you can see, the first rounders for next year, but obviously it's still good value if they say yes. And they do. Wow, okay. So, clear up some cap space. We get a first-round pick for next year, where we actually still have ours. So, I mean, that looks like a decent draft. Let's also have a few picks in this draft. So, we lost 4 veterans, all had salary. We traded away Swayman. We traded away Slavin. We definitely have some money now, where I think we can keep all of our remaining defensemen in Fox, Sanderson, Drysdale, Gooley. Like, it's going to cost a little money, but we should be able to do it. This guy here could be medium elite. Let's just take a chance. And 55 medium top 9. I've had better 3rd round picks, but I've also had worse, so that's alright. I wanted to take Eiserman for the last name, but probably AHL potential doesn't make sense. Now this guy here could be low elite potential. Sam Legg. 58 low bottom 6, alright. Nolan Chapman here, another low elite potentially. 59 low top 9. And that's it, guys, for the draft. Our scouts have definitely done better before, but still, I really like those 2 late first rounders we had. Like, I'm pretty tempted to actually put them both in the NHL this year. I think that'd be really cool. All right, guys, we're not the re-sign phase here. As you can see at the bottom there, we've almost $45 million in cap space, which is pretty ridiculous. Adam Fox here wants $13 million for the next 3 years. We have 3 years left in the franchise, so let's try. I feel like with him asking for so much money, we could probably get a $1 million discount. Sanderson here wants $13.5. I don't know how he's asking for more than Fox, probably just because he's younger. We'll try $12.5, so again, $1 million off. Gooley wants $6.5. Try 6 right on, which is kind of expensive for a bottom D pair, but he does play top penalty kill. Kivaharju, 1.2, 1.8, 3.2. I think it makes sense if we can afford him to get him for 3 years here. Let's try, like, I don't know, 2.8. Philip Deneau also needs a new contract. 2 years, 1.2 million. Let's just try 1 year in case he gets bad. Of course, he'll be our 4th line center. Deneau rejected. Didn't like how many minutes he played last year. Fox rejected. Sanderson rejected. Even Gooley. I thought even Kivaharju as well. I thought those were all pretty fair offers. All right, guys, we'll try offering Fox $12.5. He wants an extension, so he should take a slight discount. Sanderson doesn't. But I mean, $13 million for 89. Like, does this even make sense? I feel like it's honestly worth it to wait because there could be another defenseman available, and if not, we could still sign him in free agency. He's asking for that much money. Gooley, I feel like he knows, you know, the fans want me to keep him, so we'll do 6.25. Kivaharju will qualify. Maybe it makes more sense for him on a 2-year offer, like 1.75. I feel like the 3-year was kind of hard to get done. Deneau, because of the minutes, we'll have to pay a bit more. We'll try 1 year. 1.5, just, you know, PK specialist. There we go. Deneau does say yes. Fox said yes. That's huge. Gooley said no. Kivaharju, though, did say yes. All right, so I guess Gooley will just offer him what he's asking. That's fine. Again, Sanderson, I might still sign, but I'm going to wait till free agency. $13 million is a lot for an 89 when I just paid $12.5 for 92 in Fox. And as I mentioned, too, you guys want to sign both rookies. So Zach Thompson, 78. Now, McClellan here's a 78 as well. Thing is, he's in the junior, so maybe I'll actually leave him unsigned, send him back down to junior, because Thompson, he was a 2-way forward, so it might make more sense for him to be on the 4th line. And look at this. Leheroux, 26.78, wants 1.2. The guy's done growing. Othman, Ostapchuk. Okay, he's actually asking for, you know, a reasonable deal. The other guys, they're done. Now, this Frat guy's at a 77 overall here at 20 years old. Lowly potential. 7th round pick of ours 2 years ago. That's kind of nuts, honestly. He had a huge year, actually. Look at that. Playing the U.S. development program, he put up 116 points. And like I was saying, guys, looking at our goalies here, Reimer needs a new contract. We need him for 3 more years. If he'll take 2.5, I think he'll definitely be worth it by this year. If not, for sure, you know, year 9, year 10. Ratzlaff starting AHL, will probably sign a better AHL backup, potentially even a better AHL starter. Rocking the 2 young goalies here. It could be risky, but we haven't really gotten the greatest goaltending from our elite guys that we signed, like Hellebuck and Swayman, so I'm willing to risk it. Reimer there said yes, that $2.5 million. Thompson signs the rookie. Gooley wasn't content with the amount of minutes he played. Crap. Fratton there said yes. Ostapchuk. Ladopov's a medium elite defenseman. Okay, so Gooley's really playing hardball here. He could be second pair this year, but he also could be bottom pair. It just depends how the chemistry shakes out. Again, I don't really want to overpay him, but I guess I will. He still says no. Alright, guys, I don't understand this. Gooley wants an extension. He's going to make me overpay. $7 million for 86 isn't terrible, but if he's on the bottom pair, it's definitely not ideal. Hopefully he says yes. Last day, he did. Okay, so head to free agency now. I think we need a new NHL assistant coach. That is fine. I think our NHL head coach is very, very good. Again, even without Sanderson there, like, the defense isn't bad. We got $24 million to spend now on free agency. We need a defenseman, probably Sanderson. Zegras is available. We also have, you know, a ton of money to spend if we wanted on a forward. Thomas Chabot's there. 1 overall above Sanderson, like $1 million less. I think that's the move. Obviously, he was available last year. Whoever signed him must have only done it for 1 year. So look at D first here. Yeah, Chabot, Sanderson. Drysdale's there as well. Could bring Drysdale back. Although, honestly, for $2 million more, Chabot gives some X factors. 94 D awareness. Can play power play and the PK. I think that makes sense. Sanderson, yeah, he priced himself out of the market. He didn't want to play with us. Chabot, 3 years is actually exactly what we want. I'm more willing to pay a 90 overall, 13 mil. So we'll try this. Penn plays 35. He still should be good until then. And as you guys can see, we'll still have $11 million. Mascaro's available here for $8 million, but again, I think I'm out on the elite goalies. I'd rather just, you know, take chances on the cheap young guys. We'll take a look next here at 2-way goalies, because we do need an AHL backup or starter. Carlson, 21.71. That's actually pretty good. He's a UFA as well, so yeah, I think we'll sign him, the AHL backup. And look at the forwards in free agency now, guys. I mean, check this out. The cover boy Zegras wants $15 million with a 93. I mean, I think Zegras is an awesome player to watch. Now, do I think he'll ever be 93 overall? Probably not. Johnny Gaudreau there, 91. 2 overall less, wants $5 million less. 86 points last year. He's a playmaker. Has a really good shot, though. Accurate, great hands. Could bring him in because we lost, obviously, a lot of the veteran presence we had in our 2 alternate captains with Bergeron, Gallagher, as well as Kane and Stamkos, 2 of the best guys of this generation. Let's see. Gaudreau, 35. I'll do a 2-year, $10 million. That'd literally be about how much we have. It'd be kind of perfect. After that, we probably don't need to sign anybody else. Even if Gaudreau says no, like, we definitely have the AHL depth. We won't be as good of a team, but we'll be, decent enough. Just checking 2A players here, guys. As we did lose some guys in the AHL. Vidicek, 25.79. He's got 91 passing. Hopefully can set some people up. And then Pano Fimis here, also 90 passing playmaker. Sign him for the AHL team. And then Justin Koche, 24.79, high top 9. Look at his hands. I'm pretty sure he led AHL in scoring the 1 year, so we'll get him locked up too. I always love these offers. Clemens wants us to drop down next year's round just so they'll take on like an okay prospect. Doesn't really make any sense to me. Fimis there said yes, AHL guy. Koche said yes, Vidicek. Carlson as well, the AHL backup goalie. Gaudreau said yes. That's awesome. We hear back from Chabot, who's actually from Quebec. I'm not sure if he's from Montreal, but he's from Quebec. And there we go. He signs with Montreal. Let's go. So we got like the second best forward available for agency as well as the best defenseman. I'm sure some people say it's not realistic, but I mean, you have $45 million in cap space and you just had 4 guys retired. I feel like you'd definitely be spending some money. Now look at this, guys. We're in the fall and I noticed I need an AHL defenseman still. This Marty Stoner guy, 24.78 low elite. I don't know how no one signed him. He's actually got really good offensive stats. Defense awareness is low, but he's got amazing shot block and stick check, however that works. 5-star physical, really accurate shot, but it's not very powerful. This guy could actually be like a beast, so I'm going to give him a 3-year contract. And so we're about to start next season here, guys. Let's see what our lines are looking like. I still think we're definitely a playoff team, if not a Stanley Cup contender, even after, losing a bunch of players there. First line hasn't changed. Larkin, Suzuki, Caulfield to +5. We now have Gaudreau in the second line, Dvorsky and Benson, so they just swapped out a veteran there from Kane to Gaudreau. Still getting a +5 there, should still do well. We got McKenna on the third line still with Zykov and Kristol now, so Kristol was sick last year in 85. Hoping he plays well. Zykov's a rookie, 2182 medium elite. Looks to be a solid player. Fourth line here, I'm actually very excited to see how they do. Yep, 2281 medium elite. I mean, 4.5-star defense, 5-star physical. You got to know in the middle of, obviously, he's a great face-off taker, good defensive forward. And then this Fratton guy I was talking about earlier, 7th round pick in 2027. He's a 79 now. Has to be the perfect fourth liner. 86D awareness with 95 shot block, 99 stick check. 5-star physical, 95 aggressiveness, body check, and strength. He's kind of slow, but he's also got like decent hands and shot. This guy should be a beast on the fourth line. Defensively here, we got Alan Fox on the top pair, Chabot and Goulet on the second, with Mintikov and Kiva Harju on the bottom pair. Like, this has to be the best defensive core I've ever had. Like, that is insane. And I think, we need a good defense because we have a couple young goalies in Eves and Reimer, but they're not even that bad. Like, Eves is 84 here, medium elite. Gonna get better. Reimer's 82, high elite, also gonna get better. He's got 90 angles there, 90 rebound control and recover. So, curious to see kind of which one of them steps up as the future starter of this team. In terms of the AHL, it's still not even that bad. Matthew Houston there, 78. Here's a weird one. When we drafted him at 18 years old, he was 77. He's only gone up 1 overall since then. I don't know how that happens, but sometimes it does. Lapierre there, first line center. He would have been fourth line if it wasn't for Fratton just having insane, defensive and physical stats. Wyatt Johnston there. Thompson we just drafted, 1878. Hopefully he does well here. He's playing with Koche, who, like I said, won AHL scoring a couple years ago with 76 points. They've also got a stop chuck on that wing. Sari, Vidicek, Fimis on the third line. Pastuja, Malatesta, Lutz on the fourth. Defensively here, we got Bergford and Marsh, both medium top four potential. We got Ladapov here on the second pair, who's got medium elite, playing with that Stoner guy who's really good offensively. And then bottom pair there, Leno and Svozil actually is technically the best defensive pairing based on rating, but they're both the oldest, so I want the younger guys getting more ice time. And then AHL goalie, Ratzlau's the starter now with Carlson backing him up. Again, guys, I feel like both teams look decent. NHL team especially. Maybe this is finally our year. In terms of captaincy, Suzuki, they're still wearing the C, and I gave an A to both Caulfield and Goulet. You guys can let me know if you like those A's or want me to change them. I'm good either way. And now before we end the episode, guys, I'll show you what our ratings are going to be for next season. As you can see here, we've got 96 offense, 99 defense. Come on, so close to 100, and 82 goaltending. So hopefully year 8 is finally our year. But like I was saying, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.